Right then, grab a cuppa because you're not going to want to miss this one. There's massive news coming out of Paradise. Chris Sutton's had a go again. One Celtic stars being accused of not trusting his own teammates. And there's a surprising update on Alistair Johnston that could change everything. But listen, the last story I've got for you is huge. Trust me, you'll want to stick around right till the end for that one. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 1,000 subscribers. But that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 1,500 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. We have 6 news a day to keep you updated with the mighty Celtic. Hit that subscribe button and be part of it. Let's have a wee chat about what Chris Sutton's been saying, because he stirred the pot again. And this time, he's got his sights on Calmac and the whole left-hand side of the park. Sutton reckons there's something deeper going on in that midfield, saying Calmac doesn't quite trust the lads around him just now. Now, I don't know about you, but when a legend like Sutton starts throwing words like that about, it makes folks sit up. And honestly, looking at the way we've been playing lately, you can kind of see where he's coming from. See, Greg Taylor's absence is hitting harder than anyone maybe expected. A lot of folk were buzzing when Kieran Tierney came back. Our own boy, a proper Celtic lad through and through, but Sutton's right to point out it's not just plug and play football. Tierney's a different type of player. Taylor had that hybrid role down to an art, cutting inside, linking play with Calmac, giving the midfield its rhythm. Now, without him, you can see Calmac hesitating a bit, taking that extra touch, going sideways more often, maybe not fully confident the pass will come back clean. And let's be fair, the man's been running himself into the ground, trying to hold it all together. He's the glue in that team, but if the players around him keep losing the ball, even he starts playing safer. You can't really blame him. Sutton said it plain. The middle of the park's not clicking. Hatate looks a shadow of himself. Nygren's sharp in Scotland but looks half a second off in Europe. And the less said about our wastefulness up top, the better. It's like we're doing everything except putting the ball in the net. It's a right balancing act for Brendan, though. Tierney's a class act, aye, but you can't pretend Greg Taylor didn't fit Rodgers' system like a glove. Then there's Saraki coming in and doing well enough, but we've now got 3 left backs, all with different strengths and no clear chemistry yet. With Calmac in the middle, it's like trying to play a fiddle tune with half the band out of sync. And just to add a wee bit of spice, Sutton says we can forget going deep in Europe if things keep on like this. Harsh words, but you can't argue that our tempo's dropped. Maybe Brendan needs to stop shoehorning players in and start building a shape that actually lets Calmac do what he does best, run the show. So here's what I want to know from you. Is Sutton spot on about Calmac not trusting his teammates, or is that just pundit talk to stir the pot? And here's the real kicker. Are we actually missing Greg Taylor more than anyone dared admit? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jay it loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. Now, here's a wee bit of good news for once. Something to actually smile about at Lennoxtown. Our man, Alistair Johnston, could be back sooner than expected. The Canadian boss, Jesse Marsh, has been chatting away, saying he's hoping to include AJ in his next squad for their upcoming friendlies. And if Marsh is saying that, it means the lad's recovery's flying along nicely. An early return, he called it. And I tell you what, that's music to the ears of every Celtic fan who's watched us look a wee bit light at the back lately. You know what you get with Johnston, full of fire, strong in the tackle, and a proper warrior down that right-hand side. He's the kind of player who'd run through a brick wall for the badge, and we've missed that bite. When he's out, it's not just about defending, It's the energy he brings, that pure Canadian grit that sets the tone. So if he's back earlier than planned, that's massive, especially with the games coming thick and fast and Brendan trying to patch things together with what he's got. And it's funny, isn't it? When you look across the city and see the chaos at Ibrox, their defense leaking goals like a sieve, it just reminds you how much having solid defenders matters. Gary Bollan even said it's astonishing the Rangers haven't kept a clean sheet away from home since December last year. December, that's nearly a full year of misery, and meanwhile, over here, we're getting our key defender back ahead of schedule. You couldn't write it better. And look, Johnston's timing could be perfect. We're trying to steady the ship after a rough few weeks, and having someone like him back in the mix gives everyone a lift, the fans, the backline, even Calmac in the midfield, knowing there's reliability behind him. He's not the flashiest, but he's reliable as a Glasgow bus in the rain. You know exactly what you're getting, and you love him for it. So here's one for you, mate. If Alistair Johnston's fit and ready, should Brendan throw him straight back into the starting 11 or ease him in slowly? Would you risk him right away or play it cautious and keep him fresh for the big European nights coming up? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's get loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. The chat around Calmac's been raging like a Glasgow storm lately, hasn't it? You can feel it brewing every time Celtic take to the pitch. Focus split right down the middle. Some still backing the skipper through thick and thin, others saying he's running on fumes. But you know what's really kicked it off this time? Chris Sutton, never shy of a bold opinion, jumping in to defend him, and social media's been absolutely wild since. Sutton's basically saying what a lot of folk maybe don't want to hear, that Calmac's still doing his job, but the players around him aren't quite keeping up. According to him, the rest of the squad just aren't on the same wavelength as the captain. And honestly, I can see where he's coming from. You can watch Calmac trying to dictate play, pulling the strings like he always does, but if the others aren't reading the tune, it all looks a bit messy, like a piper trying to lead a parade when half the band's out of sync. Now, you've got fans online saying he's slowing things down, that his legs have gone, and that he's maybe no longer fit for that role in the middle. But come on, this is Calmac we're talking about. The lad's been carrying this club on his back for years. He's played more football than most folk have hot dinners, club, country, cups. He's been there through every bit of it. Of course, he looks knackered at times. The man's practically glued to the pitch. And that's the thing, right? Sometimes it's not about legs, it's about what he brings beyond that. Leadership, composure, and the know-how of what it means to wear that green and white. Sutton's spot on about that. You take Calmac out and suddenly the midfield looks lost. It's easy to criticize the guy when things aren't perfect. But I'll tell you this, when the ship's rocking, you need your captain steering, not sitting on the bench. Still, it's one of those proper debates, isn't it? You've got the young ones crying for change and the older heads saying loyalty matters. So I'll throw it to you. Be honest with me, pal. Has Calmac still got what it takes to lead Celtic through this rough patch? Or is it finally time for Brendan to give the captain a wee rest and freshen things up in midfield? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's jay it loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs.